summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Play action. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script together on this one. And their script said put the quarterback down and do it fast.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
I think you can call the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. The Vikings at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They run the counter with Cook. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a 2nd award in week 2 of the season.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The play fake. Here's Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Wilson. And he coughed it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Now Matt Prater for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Play action. It's Wilson. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Well, Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. They had things a little spread out there with 4 wide receivers. receivers, and it opened up a running hole.
Yeah, not only do you get better running lanes because you are spread out, oftentimes when defenses see 4 wide receivers, they substitute in extra defensive backs, so you're blocking smaller personnel. That gives your running back a nice chance downfield against that type of a defense.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by UC. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week. That was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. Mayfield. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still 2nd quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Eluding in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple defenders there and dropping for a loss of 4. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll try the middle with Cook. They find some open field here. 80 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal, they're the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal is to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big time.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
We're calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Cook up the gut. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by McManus is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we have to dial things back a little bit.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just let receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing, Mayfield. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. A throw on the money to Rager. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to run. But notice how he keeps his head on the swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And some room to work. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it. Unfolding
so far so good for him. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety.
Hard to get that coordinator a raise because he's been pedal to the metal all game, setting rushers from all angles of the quarterback. And there, within range of a safety, he really made the right call, and it got him to the ground and picked up 2 points.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your side.
There he goes, left side. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Look, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, second and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. On third down, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple rushes break through the dropping for the 7th time this game. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. A first down throw from Mayfield, setting up the screen for Cook. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we can see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So no one called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Second down and goal. Wilson dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On third and goal, Wilson. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust. And unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout. And they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They go play action. Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Here's Wilson to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now it's Wilson. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To throw is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yards to the 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete. And the Vikings have come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 102 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the final seconds.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, my swing the...
You see, it's 2 type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, and go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang, snow we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded